Hello everyone, it's Brandon here from the Pilot Stud channel, and on the lead up to Christmas I have plenty of exciting flight sim news to share with you today. From festive scenery all the way up to the upcoming Airbus A350. Today's video has Flight Sim 2020 and 2024 news in, which is my new formula, so if you like the sound of that, do be sure to subscribe, and if you're a long time viewer, welcome back, it's great to see you. Without further delay, let's get right into it. Beyond ATC is an incredible application that introduces realistic AI-powered air traffic control into your sim. It has been up and running for around 8 months now, elevating air traffic control simulation for IFR or airline flying here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Since then, they've revised their pricing model to allow the option to buy and use Beyond ATC without a subscription, which has made it very accessible. They've also introduced traffic injection and countless improvements, improving stability. On the horizon now is the introduction of what is called the Large Language Model, the LLM, allowing for a much more realistic experience where radio telephony may deviate from the standard script. Basically, you'll be able to ask your controller, your AI controller, more flight specific questions, allowing for a more conversational flow, moving away from the script I just talked about. This improves situational awareness and also makes air traffic control much more realistic. They become more human-like. It means that while air traffic control isn't someone you can just waffle to and talk about anything, you can now ask it more flight-specific questions, such as what runway is being used, traffic information, that sort of thing, as you would in real life. This means you can have a much more human conversation, although that's ironic because you are speaking to AI, but here's an example from Beyond ATC.
American 213, you have not yet received your IFR clearance.
Very good. How many runways are here at San Diego?
San Diego International has 2 runways, runway 09er and runway 27.
Do note this has been somewhat exaggerated for the sake of the showcase video. ATC may reprimand you in the sim if you talk as relaxed as the team did in that video. It's a really exciting update that will greatly advance the realism. The best thing is this will be a completely free upgrade, and the system paves the way for VFR air traffic control, which is certainly a lot more conversational compared to IFR ATC. All in all, this is something to look forward to thanks to the whole Beyond ATC team. Certainly one of the best add-ons out there. Wishing them all a very Merry Christmas and a successful New Year. You can expect to see this update in January of next year. A classic is on the way for both Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024. Just Flight is now working on a new Learjet 45 for both sims. Limited details about when this aircraft will be released, but it certainly is a nostalgic flashback to Flight Sim X. I can remember it being on there. As you'll all know, I'm a big fan of Just Flight, so when we have more news on this upcoming release, I'll be first to share it. Now, work on their Airbus A350 continues. This aircraft will initially be coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, with 2024 in the plan. We've seen more cockpit screenshots on the developer website showing the over 2,000 individual switches covering the flight deck like a Christmas tree. Compared to the iniBuilds A300, which we've already got on the sim, this is a totally analog flight deck, very much a vintage airliner, so I would feel like a fish out of water sat in here, but it is Just Flight's bread and butter. We'll be getting a good look at this aircraft in terms of the external model next year, so once again one to look out for. No exact release date just yet, and no information on how much this is going to cost. It has been over 1 month since Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 was released. This simulator is still disappointing for many people due to the ongoing bugs, crashes and issues. That being said, the team have been rolling out hotfixes and updates like there's no tomorrow, because it's definitely needed. In fact, version 1.2.8 was released just last night, introducing numerous stability improvements and updates. I've recently uploaded a video covering my experiences on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 over the last month. Certainly a lot of work is needed, and I would still recommend that you all keep Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 installed on your PC or Xbox for now, the latter of which has definitely become a lot more stable over the last few months with the release of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 coincidentally. So if you want to hear more about my experiences with the new sim, check out my most recent video, linked up the top. Now, of course, it's time for some of the most incredible flight sim news of the winter. The iniBuilds Airbus A350 is close to release, expected in Q1 of 2025, so it has been slightly delayed. This high-tech long hauler will now be coming to both Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 and now Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, so it's no longer a standalone release. iniBuilds have quite obviously read the room. We have had a jaw-dropping look at this Airbus airliner in a new 3-minute long trailer. Inside and out, this looks absolutely fantastic. Possibly the most detailed aircraft, or definitely the most detailed airliner to be released here on the sim. From a 3D airline specific cabin with its own PA announcements, to high quality systems such as integrated checklists, deep ECAM simulation, GPS jamming, which is getting more and more frequent in the real world, brake to vacate, which was also seen on the fly-by-wire A380, and custom maintenance and emergency simulation. The list goes on and on. We'll be getting both the Airbus A350-900 and 1000 variants, with the ultra long range variant in the pipeline from the trailer. It is absolutely mind-blowing, so do go take a look at the trailer after this video. No information on how much this payware airliner will cost us, but I do find that iniBuilds are usually fairly priced. In this trailer we get to see this aircraft flown about the world in a great variety of liveries, from Emirates to Delta to Lufthansa. I am absolutely buzzing for this aircraft, and I'm sure many of you are as well. iniBuilds really do go above and beyond, certainly some of the best developers out there. I think this is certainly one to look forward to. Now finally, if you want somewhere to fly over the Christmas period, Orbx may have you covered. They've recently released Bern Airport in Switzerland for both Microsoft Flight Sims 2020 and 2024, and you can get this for a discounted price at the moment of just under £7 UK, around $8 US. This has been made by developer Massi Milano. He's released this Swiss airport under the Orbx team. It's a perfect gateway to the Alps. This scenery features immersive airport interiors, fantastic buildings including hangars, and the airport terminal itself. It's very friendly on performance and is in a stunning part of Europe. Good for flying VFR or indeed in small regional jets. You can now get this airport off Orbx Direct, and it's a fantastic pick if you're feeling festive. Set it to winter and Bob's your uncle. On that note, that's all we have time for today. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's video and you've been inspired for your next flight sim flight. Let me know in the comments what your Christmas flying plans are. All that's left for me to say is thank you for all the support across this year. I know I've been a bit quiet on the video front, but I'm getting back into it now. I hope you and your families all have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. But on that note, I'll see you all in the next video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and like if you enjoyed. Happy flying, and bye bye.